Would you like to explore simple, actionable steps to turn life's challenges into powerful lessons for personal growth? In this video, 11 Stoic rules on thinking clearly. This is going to be an amazing let's go. Focus on what you can control. Understanding and focusing on what we can control is a fundamental concept in Stoic philosophy that remains incredibly relevant in our lives today. Imagine you're navigating a vast ocean. The weather, the waves, and the wildlife are beyond your control, similar to many aspects of our lives like the behavior of others, the state of the economy, or global events. However, just as a sailor can control the sails, the rudder, and their response to the sea's challenges, we too can control our actions, our reactions, and our mindset. Start by identifying what's within your realm of control. Your thoughts, your emotions, your decisions, these are your domain. When you face a challenge or a decision, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, then it's like trying to stop the waves from crashing, a futile effort that only leads to frustration. Instead, redirect your energy towards what you can influence, such as your attitude towards the situation or the steps you can take to prepare for or mitigate the impact. Embracing this approach can transform how you perceive challenges. Instead of feeling victimized by circumstances, you'll start to see them as opportunities to practice patience, resilience, and creativity. By focusing on your response to situations, you foster a sense of empowerment and calmness. This doesn't mean ignoring the problems of the world or your personal challenges. Rather, it's about tackling them from a place of strength and action, rather than fear and reaction. Applying this Stoic principle can also improve your relationships and well-being. When we stop trying to control others and accept them as they are, our relationships can become more harmonious and less stressful. Moreover, by concentrating on our own behavior and attitudes, we can become more self-aware and compassionate. To practice this principle, start small. Each day, identify one thing you're worrying about that's outside your control and consciously let go of it. Instead, focus on one small action you can take that day that is within your control. It could be as simple as deciding to smile more, expressing gratitude, or dedicating time to a neglected hobby or task. Remember, shifting our focus from what we can't control to what we can is a journey, not a one-time switch. It requires patience, practice, and perseverance. But the rewards are immense: increased serenity, empowerment, and a more positive, proactive approach to life. So, my friend, next time you find yourself caught in the storm of life's uncertainties, remember the Stoic wisdom. Adjust your sails, take hold of the rudder, and navigate through the waves with confidence and peace. Your journey is your own, and while you can't control the sea, you can certainly steer your ship. Accept what you cannot change. Imagine you're holding two boxes. One is filled with things you can change, your habits, your reactions, and your mindset. The other contains things beyond your control, the weather, other people's opinions, or the past. Stoic philosophy, a school of thought dating back to ancient Greece and Rome, teaches us to focus our energy only on the first box, the one within our control. But what about the second box, the things we cannot change? This is where the Stoic principle of accepting what you cannot change becomes a powerful tool for living a more peaceful and fulfilling life. You see, much of our stress and unhappiness comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. We fret over a rainy day ruining our plans, or we dwell on a past mistake, wishing things had gone differently. But these are outside our box of control. The Stoic approach encourages us to acknowledge these external factors, accept them, and then let them go. It's like watching leaves float down a river. You observe them pass, but don't try to alter their course. Applying this Stoic rule to your daily life can be transformative. Start by identifying when you're feeling upset or frustrated. Ask yourself, is this something within my control? If the answer is no, take a deep breath and visualize placing that worry into your uncontrollable box. Remind yourself, this is outside my control, and I accept it as it is. It's not about giving up or being passive. It's about redirecting your energy to where it can make a real difference. Accepting what you cannot change doesn't mean you're indifferent or that you don't care. Instead, It's about recognizing the limits of your influence and focusing your efforts where they count. This shift in perspective can free up a tremendous amount of energy and reduce stress. Instead of getting stuck in traffic and seething with frustration, you accept the situation. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you respond to it. Maybe you listen to a podcast, practice deep breathing, or use the time to think through your day. Embracing this mindset can lead to a deeper sense of peace and resilience. When life throws challenges your way, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you'll find yourself asking, "What can I do about it?" You'll start to see challenges as opportunities to practice acceptance and to focus on your response. Remember, accepting what you cannot change is a journey, not a one-time decision. It requires practice, patience, and compassion towards yourself. There will be days when it feels impossible, and that's okay. It's part of being human. But with time, this Stoic rule can help you build a more joyful, serene, and resilient life. It encourages us to find our strength not in dominating every aspect of life, but in understanding where our true power lies. So next time you're faced with something outside your control, take a moment to acknowledge it, accept it, and then gently redirect your focus to what you can change. This simple shift can bring a profound sense of calm and empowerment. Live in the present. Imagine you're walking through a garden, absorbing the beauty of the moment, the crisp air, the vibrant colors, and the serene environment. This practice of immersing yourself in the present is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, especially in our fast-paced world where our minds are often ensnared by the past or anxious about the future. Living in the present, as Stoicism teaches, is about harnessing the power of now, understanding that the past is unchangeable and the future unpredictable. But how do you apply this ancient wisdom in the modern context? Let's break it down into manageable steps, making it both practical and relatable. First, observe your thoughts. Throughout the day, take a moment to notice where your mind wanders. Is it regretting past actions? Worrying about upcoming events? Acknowledge these thoughts without judgment and gently guide your focus back to the present task or sensation, be it the texture of your coffee cup, the sound of the birds, or the task at hand. This simple act of mindfulness can transform mundane activities into moments of clarity and peace. Secondly, practice gratitude. Each day, identify 3 things in your immediate environment for which you are thankful. This could be as simple as appreciating a warm cup of tea, the sunshine, or a message from a friend. Gratitude anchors you in the present and cultivates a positive mindset, shifting focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Next, engage in activities that foster presence. This could be meditation, a walk in nature, or practicing a hobby that absorbs your full attention, like painting, cooking, or playing a musical instrument. These activities slow down time, allowing you to connect deeply with the present moment. Now, let's talk about dealing with distractions, a common challenge in today's digital age. Set boundaries for social media and email usage. Designate specific times for checking these platforms, rather than allowing them to interrupt your day constantly. This discipline frees you from the reactive mode and places you back in control of your time and focus. Lastly, embrace the impermanence of life. Recognize that each moment is fleeting and unique. This perspective not only heightens your appreciation of the present, but also reduces the fear of future uncertainties. It's a gentle reminder that most worries are temporary, and that strength lies in facing each moment with courage and openness. Applying these Stoic practices in your daily life can significantly impact your mental well-being and overall life satisfaction. It shifts your focus from what could have been or what might be to the richness of what is. This shift is powerful. It's a form of mental freedom that can lead to greater resilience, reduced anxiety, and a deeper sense of joy. Remember, my friend, the journey to living in the present is a gradual one. It requires patience, practice, and persistence. But every step, every effort to return to the present moment is a step toward a clearer, more peaceful mind. Embrace the journey with kindness and curiosity and watch how the beauty of the present unfolds before you. Practice objective judgment. Understanding and practicing objective judgment is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that can significantly enhance your life. This concept might seem complex at first, but it's all about seeing things as they truly are, without letting personal biases, emotions, or external influences cloud your perception. Imagine you're wearing glasses that filter out the fog of prejudice, fear, and false beliefs, allowing you to see the world more clearly. Now let's dive deeper into how you can apply this in your daily life. First and foremost, it's important to recognize when you're making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. We often react impulsively to situations based on past experiences or societal expectations, which can distort our view of reality. By taking a step back and asking yourself, am I seeing this situation as it is, or am I viewing it through the lens of my own biases? You start the journey towards objective judgment. Another key aspect is to differentiate between what Stoics call externals, things outside of your control, like other people's opinions, the weather, or global events, and things you can control, such as your reactions, your thoughts, and your actions. By focusing on the latter, you reduce unnecessary stress and become more effective in dealing with life's challenges. Objective judgment also involves understanding the nature of good and bad. In Stoic philosophy, the only true good is virtue. Qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. And the only real bad is vice, the opposite of virtue. Everything else is considered indifferent. It may have value, but it doesn't contribute to your moral character. This perspective helps you prioritize what truly matters in life and let go of trivial concerns. Practicing objective judgment can lead to a more fulfilling and less anxious existence. It encourages you to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than threats to your comfort. When you face a difficult situation, instead of immediately labeling it as bad, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? This mindset shift can transform obstacles into stepping stones, leading to greater resilience and inner peace. Furthermore, objective judgment fosters healthier relationships. By seeing others more clearly and understanding their actions within the context of their own lives, you can develop deeper empathy and compassion. Instead of reacting defensively to perceived slights, you can respond with kindness and understanding, which can lead to more meaningful and supportive connections. Remember, mastering objective judgment takes time and practice. It's a journey, not a destination. Start small, perhaps by challenging one assumption each day, or by trying to view a challenging situation from a different perspective. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you learn and grow. By cultivating objective judgment, you're not just improving your own life, you're also contributing to a more rational, peaceful, and compassionate world. So, my friend, embrace this journey with an open heart and mind, and watch as your life transforms in the most beautiful ways. Understand your impulses. Understanding your impulses is a key aspect of Stoic philosophy, and a vital step towards a clearer and more peaceful mind. Let's explore how this ancient wisdom can be applied today, in a manner that's both empathetic and actionable, to improve your life. Imagine your mind as a bustling city with thoughts and feelings crisscrossing like busy streets. Among these, your impulses are like speedy cars, rushing from one destination to another without much thought. The Stoics teach us not just to slow down these cars, but also to understand where they're going and why. This is about recognizing your immediate reactions to situations, whether it's a surge of anger in traffic, a pang of envy on social media, or a wave of anxiety in silence. Firstly, start by observing your impulses without judgment. When an impulse arises, pause for a moment. This isn't about suppression or criticism, it's about awareness. Imagine stepping aside and watching your impulse pass by like a leaf on a river. By doing so, you create a space between feeling and action, a space where choice and reason can enter the scene. Next, question these impulses. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is it based on something within my control or outside it? Often you'll find that impulses are reactions to external events or internal beliefs that may not reflect reality. By questioning, you begin to untangle the web of automatic reactions and see the clearer, calmer waters beneath. Now reflect on alternatives. If jealousy strikes when a friend shares good news, remind yourself of the joy of friendship and the value of their happiness. If anger flares in traffic, consider the unpredictability of life and the shared human experience of frustration. This is not about finding immediate bliss, but about seeking a more rational, compassionate response. Implementing this understanding in daily life can be transformative. It turns moments of potential conflict into opportunities for growth and connection. It helps build resilience as you become less reactive to the whims of external circumstances and more grounded in your values and reasoning. Furthermore, this practice fosters empathy. By understanding your own impulses, you naturally grow more understanding of others. This shared human experience can be a powerful source of connection and support. Finally, remember that this is a journey. There will be days when the impulses seem to win, but each moment of awareness is a step forward. Be kind to yourself as you navigate this path. Every effort to understand your impulses is an act of self-respect and a contribution to a more harmonious life. By embracing Stoic wisdom and understanding your impulses, you're not just surviving the bustling city of your mind, you're learning to navigate it with grace, strength, and a sense of inner peace. This journey, though personal, is universal in its challenges and triumphs. And in this shared humanity, there's a profound beauty and a call to a clearer, kinder way of living. Take responsibility. Taking responsibility for our actions and their outcomes is a core tenet of Stoic philosophy that can significantly impact our lives. In a world where it's all too easy to blame others or external circumstances for our misfortunes, adopting a mindset of personal accountability can be transformative. When we take responsibility, we empower ourselves. We move from being passive observers of our lives to active participants. Consider a scenario where something hasn't gone your way. Maybe a project at work didn't meet expectations, or a personal goal seems increasingly out of reach. The immediate human response might be to find external factors to blame. The market wasn't right, there was insufficient support, or perhaps time was against you. While these factors may hold truth, the Stoic approach encourages a different perspective. What was my role in this? What could I have done differently? By asking these questions, you're not dwelling on failures, but seeking to learn from them. Taking responsibility means recognizing that, while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control our reactions and actions. This is empowering. It shifts the focus from what happens to you to how you respond. It's about acknowledging mistakes, learning from them, and moving forward with this new knowledge. This doesn't mean being harsh or overly critical of yourself. Rather, it's about understanding and growth. Imagine applying this in your everyday life. When faced with a challenge, instead of immediately looking outward, look inward. Ask yourself, how have my actions contributed to this situation? What can I control here? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values and goals? This approach fosters resilience and a deep sense of personal power. You're not at the mercy of the world. You're actively shaping your experience within it. This mindset also improves relationships. When we stop blaming others and start taking responsibility, we reduce conflict and build stronger, more respectful connections. It encourages a culture of honesty and integrity, where people feel empowered to own their actions and work towards common goals. But remember, taking responsibility is a practice, not a one-time act. It requires patience, humility, and the willingness to be honest with yourself. It might be challenging at first, especially if you're used to deflecting blame. However, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And with this habit, you'll notice significant changes: less stress, improved relationships, and a stronger, more resilient character. In essence, taking responsibility is about embracing your power to affect change in your life. It's a commitment to yourself to live authentically, learn continuously, and grow from every experience. By doing so, you not only improve your own life, but also contribute positively to the lives of those around you. So next time you're faced with a setback, take a moment, take a breath, and take responsibility. It's a simple step that can lead to a more fulfilling, Stoic-inspired life. Cultivate self-discipline. Cultivating self-discipline, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, is akin to tending a garden. It requires patience, effort, and a bit of wisdom. Imagine self-discipline not as a harsh regime, but as nurturing your ability to choose actions that are in line with your values even when emotions or circumstances push you toward easier paths. In our daily lives, distractions are like weeds. They sprout up everywhere. In the ping of a new email, the buzz of a phone, or the lure of a comfortable couch. Just as a gardener pulls out weeds to protect the plants, practicing self-discipline involves recognizing these distractions and gently steering ourselves back to our true priorities. This doesn't mean living a joyless life, rather it's about choosing joy that aligns with your long-term well-being, rather than fleeting pleasures. Start small. Self-discipline doesn't mean overhauling your life overnight. Begin with one area you want to improve, like waking up earlier or eating healthier. Setting manageable goals helps transform daunting tasks into achievable steps. As you meet these small goals, you'll build confidence and momentum, making it easier to tackle larger challenges. Remember, self-discipline is not about self-punishment. It's easy to berate ourselves when we slip up. But Stoicism teaches us to view mistakes as learning opportunities. If you fall short of your goals, ask yourself what led to the setback without judgment. This reflective process is crucial for growth and maintaining your motivation. Another key aspect is consistency. Like watering a plant regularly, self-discipline needs consistent effort. It's about making choices that align with your goals day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency turns actions into habits, and habits form the structure of our lives. Now, let's talk about freedom. It might seem counterintuitive, but self-discipline actually leads to greater freedom. By making choices aligned with our values and goals, we gain control over our lives. Instead of being at the mercy of whims or external circumstances, we can direct our own path. This freedom is liberating and empowering. It's also important to balance self-discipline with self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Everyone has off days, and progress is rarely linear. When you stumble, treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. This balance between discipline and compassion is the sweet spot for growth and happiness. Incorporating self-discipline into your life can profoundly impact your well-being. It can lead to better health, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of satisfaction. It's not about restricting your life, it's about enriching it, choosing actions that lead to a fuller, more meaningful existence. Lastly, remember you're not alone. We all struggle with self-discipline at times. Sharing your journey with friends or family can provide support and accountability. Plus, seeing the positive changes in your life can inspire others to embark on their own paths of self-improvement. In essence, self-discipline is a form of self-respect. It's about honoring your commitments to yourself, nurturing your potential, and crafting a life that reflects your deepest values. By adopting a Stoic approach to self-discipline, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, growing like a well-tended garden in the sunlight of your own making. Practice empathy and compassion. Imagine you're walking through life with a set of lenses that color how you see the world. Sometimes these lenses can be clouded by our judgments, frustrations, or misunderstandings. This is where the Stoic philosophy steps in. Particularly when we talk about practicing empathy and compassion, it's like cleaning those lenses, not just for seeing others more clearly, but for understanding them and the world around us. Now, let's break this down. Stoicism teaches us that every person we meet is fighting their own battles just like we are. It's easy to forget this when we're caught up in our own lives. But think about it. Just like you, others feel joy, pain, disappointment, and love. Recognizing this shared human experience is the first step toward empathy. But Stoicism doesn't just stop at understanding. It encourages us to show compassion. This doesn't mean pitying others. Instead, it's about offering kindness, even when it's hard. It's about seeing someone struggle and remembering times when you've struggled too. This shared vulnerability is what connects us all. When you approach someone with this mindset, Not only do you help alleviate their burden, but you also begin to dissolve your own prejudices and angers. Now, applying this might seem challenging, but you can start small. Next time someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of immediately getting angry, take a deep breath and consider other reasons for their behavior. Maybe they're rushing to a family emergency. When you start giving others the benefit of the doubt, you'll find your own stress levels dropping. This practice also extends to deeper relationships with friends, family, and colleagues. When disagreements arise, try to understand the other person's perspective before responding. Listen more than you speak. Ask yourself, why might they feel this way? This doesn't mean you always have to agree, but understanding their viewpoint can lead to more constructive conversations and stronger connections. But here's the real beauty of practicing empathy and compassion. It leads to a happier, more fulfilling life. When we connect with others on a deeper level, we feel less isolated. Our problems seem smaller when we realize we're not facing them alone. And there's a ripple effect as kindness begets kindness. By showing empathy and compassion, you're not just improving your own life, you're improving the world around you. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control the actions of others, but we can control our reactions. By choosing empathy and compassion, we choose a path of understanding and peace. It's a journey, of course, and every day brings new challenges. But remember, it's the small steps that lead to big changes. So, my friend, as you go about your day, remember that everyone you meet is on their own journey. Approach them with kindness, offer a listening ear, and remember that a little compassion goes a long way. Not only will you brighten their day, but you'll also find your own path a little lighter. Together, with empathy and compassion as our guides, we can create a more understanding and connected world. Reflect daily. Reflecting daily is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, designed to cultivate wisdom and inner peace. It's like having a daily meeting with yourself to review, learn, and plan ahead. Let's talk about why this practice is so valuable and how you can seamlessly incorporate it into your life. Imagine ending your day by sitting down in a quiet space, away from the hustle and bustle of life. This is your time to turn inward and converse with yourself, the most honest friend you have. Start by reviewing your day, what went well, what didn't. Reflecting isn't about beating yourself up for mistakes or mishaps. Instead, it's about recognizing those moments and understanding them. Think about why certain things happened the way they did and how you responded. Was your response in line with the values you aspire to live by? If not, why? This isn't about self-criticism, but self-understanding and learning. Now, consider the interactions you had. Stoicism teaches us the importance of empathy and kindness. Reflect on your exchanges. Did you practice understanding and compassion, or were there moments where frustration took the lead? This reflection can help you cultivate a more empathetic approach to others, enhancing your relationships and contributing to a more harmonious life. Next, think about the moments you felt strong emotions. Stoicism doesn't teach us to suppress emotions, but to understand their origins and deal with them constructively. Were there instances where anger, jealousy, or fear clouded your judgment? By recognizing these emotions and understanding their triggers, you can work towards responding more rationally and calmly in the future. Also, consider the choices you made throughout the day. Stoicism encourages living with intention. Reflect on whether your decisions aligned with your long-term goals and the person you aspire to be. This daily inventory helps ensure that your actions are consistent with your principles, leading to a more authentic and purposeful life. Lastly, use this reflection time to prepare for the day ahead. Think about potential challenges and how you can apply Stoic principles to meet them. By planning your responses to different situations, you can face the day with confidence and tranquility. Incorporating daily reflection into your routine can profoundly impact your life. It leads to greater self-awareness, better decision-making, and a more compassionate approach to others. Over time, this practice can help you develop a clearer, more focused mind, enabling you to live in harmony with your values and goals. Remember, the goal of reflecting daily isn't to achieve perfection, but to make continuous progress. Be kind to yourself during this process. Celebrate your successes, learn from your missteps, and always move forward with intention and purpose. By adopting this Stoic practice, you're not just surviving each day, you're thriving, growing, and living with clarity and wisdom. Value wisdom over wealth. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value wisdom over wealth, a principle that might seem distant from our everyday lives, especially in a world that often values material success above all else. But let's break it down, see how it applies to our daily experiences, and explore how embracing this principle can lead to a more fulfilling and serene life. Imagine you're facing a tough decision at work or in your personal life. The world around you might be shouting that success is measured in numbers, be it money, followers, or possessions. However, Stoicism invites us to look inward and value the wisdom we gain through experiences, learning, and personal growth over these external measures of success. Now, why is this important and how can it change your life? Firstly, wisdom is something within your control. You can decide to learn from your experiences, seek out knowledge, and apply it to your life. Wealth, on the other hand, is often beyond our full control and can be fleeting. By valuing wisdom, you're investing in something that can never be taken from you, something that will continue to grow and benefit you throughout your life. Moreover, when you prioritize wisdom, you begin to make decisions based on what will bring long-term fulfillment rather than short-term gains. This could mean choosing a job that pays less but offers more meaningful work, or spending time with family and friends instead of overtime at the office chasing a bonus. These choices, guided by wisdom, often lead to greater happiness and contentment. Applying this principle in your life starts with small steps. Next time you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, is this choice valuing wisdom or wealth? Reflect on your past decisions and consider what you've learned from them. What brought real satisfaction? What lessons can you carry forward? Remember, this doesn't mean that you should live in poverty or reject financial success. Instead, it's about shifting your focus and finding a balance. It's understanding that while money can provide comfort and security, true happiness often stems from our inner lives, our relationships, and our personal growth. By embracing this Stoic rule, you'll likely find yourself less swayed by the highs and lows of financial fortune. You'll start to see challenges as opportunities to gain wisdom and grow stronger. This perspective can lead to a more peaceful and resilient state of mind, as you're no longer riding the roller coaster of external successes and failures. In essence, valuing wisdom over wealth is about redefining what success means to you. It's about building a life that's rich not in material goods but in experiences, relationships, and personal growth. This approach can help reduce anxiety and increase satisfaction, as you're no longer constantly chasing after the next big thing. Finally, by sharing this wisdom with others, you not only enrich your own life, but also contribute to a more thoughtful, understanding, and compassionate world. So, my friend, as you go about your day, remember to cherish wisdom, seek growth, and let these guide your path. This way, you'll find that the richest rewards often come not from what we accumulate, but from who we become. Embrace challenges as opportunities. Imagine you're walking through a dense forest, a path you've never taken before. It's natural to feel a bit anxious, uncertain about what lies ahead. This is much like the journey of life, filled with unexpected challenges and hurdles. But here's where the Stoic philosophy shines like a beacon of wisdom, especially when we talk about embracing challenges as opportunities. In life, we often face situations that seem daunting, insurmountable even. It could be a personal setback, a professional obstacle, or an unexpected life event. These moments, while challenging, are not the end of the road. Rather, they are the very fabric of our growth and self-discovery. The Stoic approach encourages us to view these challenges not as barriers, but as stepping stones to becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient individuals. Let's break this down into something actionable, something you can apply in your daily life. When faced with a challenge, the first step is to pause and breathe. It sounds simple, but in that space between stimulus and response lies your power to choose your reaction. This is where you can channel your inner Stoic and ask yourself, what is within my control? You might not be able to control the external situation, but you can control your attitude towards it. Next, approach the challenge with curiosity rather than fear. Ask yourself, well, what can I learn from this? How can this strengthen me? By reframing the situation as an opportunity for growth, you shift your mindset from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. This doesn't mean the challenge will be easy, but it does mean you'll be better equipped to face it. Remember, every challenge you overcome, every obstacle you navigate, adds to your mental fortitude. Just like a muscle that grows stronger with exercise, your resilience builds with each hurdle you overcome. This doesn't happen overnight, of course. It's a process, a journey. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small victories along the way. These small steps are monumental in building your confidence and shaping your character. Now let's talk about the community. Stoicism teaches us the importance of wisdom and virtue, but it also emphasizes the value of community. Share your struggles and successes with friends or family. Their support and perspective can be incredibly valuable. Moreover, helping others through their challenges can reinforce your own understanding and application of these principles. Lastly, remember that life's journey is not about avoiding the storms, but learning to dance in the rain. Embracing challenges as opportunities transforms the way you perceive life's inevitable ups and downs. It empowers you to live more fully, with courage and purpose. And in doing so, you not only improve your own life, but also inspire those around you to do the same. So the next time you face a challenge, big or small, remember it's not just an obstacle. It's an invitation to grow, to learn, and to excel. It's a chance to practice being the best version of yourself. Embrace it with open arms and let the journey unfold. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, every challenge is a brushstroke that adds depth, color, and character to your story.